Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, and more so specifically what is happening around digital currencies and CBDCs. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here. So on December 4th, I seen this tweet and, I didn't know how to take it because we talk about digital assets, we talk about the metaverse, we talk about payments, everything around payments, transactions, all that kind of stuff, so much on this channel. And every single time that I see CBDCs come up on my timeline, it's like I have this sort of 50-50 movement on it. It's like, okay, I know that DLT will be utilized, so obviously this is great for crypto and DLTs. But then on the other hand, it's like, we know that CBDCs are not going to be beneficial for retail. And I seen this announcement. I'm like, this is probably one of the worst announcements I've seen around central bank digital currencies because they are playing into everything. And here we have breaking news. This is from Gold Telegraph. Indonesia's central bank says its central bank digital currency can be used in the metaverse in the future. Are you starting to understand what is happening? Southeast Asia's biggest economy currently bans the use of cryptocurrencies as a means of payment, but allows transactions of the digital assets in the commodity futures market for investment purposes. And yeah, I thought that this was very interesting because, one, it's not just central bank digital currencies. It is also the metaverse. And somebody did respond saying, I see it very clearly. Not many people I know have any clue. The funny thing about this, and I guess maybe it's not a funny thing, I seen a report from the Digital Pound Foundation that only 60,000 people have visited the Digital Pound Foundation's website since they launched a year ago. And this kind of put things into perspective for me because this is huge innovations happening around the future of finance, the future of the economy, moving towards a digital economy, digital money, sound money, if you will. That's what they always like to call it. And, it's interesting because it shows just how many people are missing out on what's actually happening. Not a lot of people have their eyes open. And this quote is actually a quoted tweet from Ripple. And it's Ripple, what they met with a massive amount of individuals during July. We've seen a few major announcements in July as well. But here we have from Ripple, we're excited to be shortlisted in the BIS org and Bank of Indonesia's G20 challenge for our CBDC solution. 90% of central banks are exploring CBDCs, and we know their potential to advance financial inclusion and the hurdles to adopting them. Again, one thing to me that's always it's kind of like again, a 50-50 thing. Like, I know that Ripple is playing a vital role in the evolution of money, the evolution of payments and finance, etc. And what I focus on is the good and the bad, and even the ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly is, all right, it's great for financial innovation, and it's great for individuals that are invested into XRP because XRP will be utilized for liquidity purposes, as well as transactional payment flows around a bridge currency. That's what Ripple's main focus point is with XRP, is making it a bridge currency between all CBDCs. But then you have the bad, which is, okay, what are the possibilities of a CBDC? Like, what will happen from the central banks towards retail? And then you have the ugly, which is, okay, what is the worst aspect of CBDCs? And that's control of your money. And in this video, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's happening around CBDCs. So first off, I want to start with a recent announcement from the Bank of Spain. They announced a plan to launch an experimental CBDC program. And I actually have this report over here. We'll get into it in a second. But we have from the Digital Pound Foundation. They usually keep up with all talk CBDC. If you guys do want to follow them, I highly suggest you do. But we do see the Bank of Spain plans to start a wholesale central bank digital currency project and have opened a call for proposals from financial institutions and technology solution providers. And here we have the breakdown. This is posted over on CoinDesk, and we do see their central bank opens a call for proposals for wholesale CBDC projects. The proposal period will be open until January 31st for financial institutions and tech providers. And we have a few things down here that they are talking about. So one is the program seeks to stimulate the use of a CBDC in wholesale transactions. The bank said in an official statement, wholesale transactions are those that involve the transfer of funds between banks and financial institutions. The bank added that the program for a wholesale CBDC isn't related to the research the European Union is doing on a retail digital euro. Yes, that is happening as well. Separately, in September, France's central bank announced 2 projects to assess a possible wholesale CBDC as well. And yeah, we are seeing huge moves happening. And another one, the State Bank of Pakistan signed in new laws for electronic money institutions, EMIs, non-bank entities offering digital payment instruments to ensure the timely issuance of a CBDC in the next 3 years. They have plans to expedite CBDC launch by 2025. Oh, how interesting. And I believe that we will see a lot more of expedited launches of CBDCs. And yeah, we actually see down here, we at the Digital Euro Association published in October this year, the CBDC Manifesto, which is a document that proposes 5 high-level design recommendations for a retail CBDC. So they are preparing this for the retail sector. And the biggest problem is, like I said, barely anyone is actually watching this. I keep making these videos around CBDCs to kind of give you guys the warning signs ahead of time, because it's going to be too late to see it when they're already fully implemented. And here you guys have the map. Things have moved extremely fast. I've showed it multiple times on this channel, going all the way back to 2014. So on here, you can go all the way back to 2014 when we first started to see discussions of central bank digital currencies. Finland had a canceled Avent CBDC project. And then we also seen Uruguay with the e-peso, and they were researching it. And, from January of 2014 to January of 2015, we've seen a big shift here. There was not a lot of discussions around CBDCs. Like, we didn't see anything in pilot phase or anything like that. But what we did see was reports coming out of more and more areas looking into CBDCs. And then again, another year later, so 2 years from the initial viewpoint on this map, we've seen Canada push for a CBDC. And then we also seen the United Kingdom pushing for a CBDC. And then just 1 year after that, so from January of 2016 to January of 2017, a lot more happened. And this was China, this was Japan, we've seen Finland research a new CBDC, and many other areas as well. And then 1 more year later, 2018, this is when things really start to pick up. We've seen more proof of concepts instead of just research. And now we are at this map now. Okay, and this is in such a short amount of time. I mean, this is in 8 years. And if you think 8 years is a long time in a technological advancement like this, then I have news for you. It's really not. They are trying to expedite this. They are trying to streamline this. And just in 2022 alone, I just talked about this in a video the other day, there is currently 3 pages, or I think there might be even 4 pages, maybe even 5 pages, 6 pages. So 6 pages of announcements around 2022. This is absolutely crazy to me, and you can look at this as well. And by the way, this goes all the way back to like 1993. They have been planning this for a very long time. And then, first instated, like this was like 2014, 2015, where they started to talk about it a little bit more. But in 2022, there has been massive announcements, nearly 6 whole pages of announcements just around CBDCs alone. Okay, and if you think that this is crazy, you should see some of the stuff that is happening around central bank digital currencies. And somebody posted this over on Twitter. It says, you should better listen to this. Programmable money means they own you. Say no to CBDCs. Think about your children and grandchildren. And this is a tweet that barely has any views. I actually included this in a video recently. This goes all the way back to October. Listen closely to this.
CBDC can improve financial inclusion is through what we call programmability. That is, CBDC can allow government agencies and private sector players to program to create smart contract, to allow targeted policy functions. For example, welfare payment. For example, consumption coupon. For example, food stamp. By programming CBDC, those money can be precisely targeted for what kind of people can own and what kind of use this money can be utilized. For example, for food. So this potential programmability can help government agencies to precisely target their support to those people who need support. So that way can also improve financial inclusion.
And of course, what they will say is that it can improve this, it can improve that. They'll always bring up the financial inclusion. They'll bring up, that it brings great benefits, security, you're going to be protected through these, blah, blah, blah. And it's all to get you into the path of, okay, well, they're on board with it now. So let's actually, instate it, let's push it out, and let's go live with it. The interesting thing is that we recently just talked about a huge issue with central bank digital currencies. I forgot the area. I think it might have been the euro, where they were limiting how much you could spend. And here we have Nigeria. So Nigeria's central bank has capped ATM cash withdrawals at $45 daily. Hello, cashless society. Again, people will eventually understand the importance of tangibility. And we have from Winfield Smart. Here we have timing the 2023 recession. So we have measures of U.S. business and consumer sentiment. And here you guys have a full-on breakdown of that. And then over here, we also have the U.S. Unemployment rate versus the 12-month moving average and recessions. It all stems back to like 2001 and even 2008. And here you guys have 2020. That's pretty interesting. And then on the last page here, or there's two more pages, the ISM PMI leading up to recessions. Again, you can kind of see this, what's happening right now, months leading up to a recession. It even shares you guys the current, the average, and also the 25th and the 75th percentile. And then over here, this is talking more so about recessions, and this is from January 1st, 1978 to December 2nd, 2022, excludes 1981 recession, and this breaks down the average, the current, and again, the 25th and the 75th percentile. It's actually pretty crazy. Now, it's all timed. I've shared my thoughts on this many times. I do believe that the breakdown of the current financial system is to usher in this new digital age of a financial system. And we're starting to see this already happening, especially with central banks. We do see Gold Telegraph. We are starting to see central banks limit cash withdrawals as they work on their own digital currencies while taking huge losses as they rapidly accumulate gold. All right, got it. Yes, this is to usher in the new age of the technological advancement around money and the economy. This is the digital age of payments. This is what they are trying to do. And we do see here from the Gold Telegraph, again, the world is changing, especially the global financial system. Countries are now prioritizing local resources and stockpiling up gold. Do you think that this is a coincidence? And we do see down here from All the Money, Real Lisa Daly, we do see CBDCs will be backed by a country's most valuable resource. All central banks have been stocking up on gold for the past 5 years. It's no coincidence. It's the reset. And yes, this is the reset around the entire monetary system. CBDCs will be backed by gold issued out on DLTs. Like, guess what? Going all the way back to what I was talking about with, I forgot where it was, but it was with Ripple, right? The XRP ledger is a perfect DLT for this. That's why I believe that they are pushing forward on CBDCs. That's why I believe that they are behind a lot of what's happening around CBDCs. This is scary. I mean, this is happening at a very, very significant time in history, as we do see the entire monetary system kind of starting to drop rapidly and collapse before our eyes. And every major central bank is pushing towards, guess what? Central bank digital currencies. So with that being said, I hope that you guys have your eyes open. I hope that you guys are all awake to see the entire show happening before our eyes. Comment down below what you guys think. If you did enjoy the video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this before, there's been Nick. Peace out, guys.